You
Look,
go.
guys, you know what's amazing is when I started here and I am back in 2016, 2015, maybe. Um, this is one of the first people I ever saw mark up a chart. And so I was looking and I'm like, whoa, like this is a whole different game. I remember Mike Miles, Christopher Derrick and Stevenson Lindor. He's one of the, I believe, one of the first 5 educators, maybe for easily top 10.
About definitely top 10 for sure. 5. I
Um,
know Lex Wave, a
yeah,
couple
Lex
other
is out
guys, but
there.
they're not there no more. So I ain't
Yeah.
gonna bring up their names.
But again, and that's the thing. And we're gonna talk about consistency. We're gonna talk about enduring the test of time. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I want to talk about those early days because I know we have a lot of traders here who they're probably seeing a chart for the first time in 2023. Maybe some of these people here 2022. But when was the first time you were on a chart, man? When was the first time you had that like, oh, I should be trading? What was
Should
that
be
moment like?
trading. All right, let me ask this: how many people are trading for the first time in the last? I say, if you're a brand new trader in the last 6 months to a year, if you're a brand new trader for the last 6 months to a year, type a 1 in the chat. 8 months, so you're new. A lot of people. So this call is for you. This webinar is for you. So I'm gonna tell you my journey when I first started trading. All right. Hopefully I don't scare none of you guys. Hopefully you don't got no prospects on here, Mike. All right. So
Hey man, better to keep it real, bro. Let's just keep it real. I like
keep
it.
it real, right? Keep it real. So when I first got into trading, it was back in like 2015. All right. Actually, my upline, shout out to Rich Off the Net. Yeah, Roberts. I know I got the DRF family on here. And, when we met Christopher Terry, right? At the time, he was trading futures. Chris actually wanted to launch this platform with futures. I think somebody else's mic's open. Want to mute them? Yeah, there we go. He wanted to start it with futures. And, if anybody knows about futures trading, 1, you need a large capital for it, and 2, it's kind of a different ball game than forex. So I'm like, yo, this ain't gonna work. So then we tried forex trading. So my first time trying forex, all right, and disclaimer, right? I'm just put it out there for compliance purposes. So I blew my first account, which was about like $10,000.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm one of those learners that like has to learn the hard way. You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't
Like
have that much money to blow, but I'm with you.
when your mom says don't touch the stove because you can burn your hand, I had to touch the stove just to really experience. Like, telling me not to do something is not enough. So when I
got
first
scars
tried
from
it,
that.
yeah, right, yeah. But I always tell people, your best lessons in life are from those scars. You learn the best from the scars. Like, let's be honest, like, when you join the business, they tell you set up a demo account, try it out. Who really, you set up the demo, but it doesn't feel real, especially when you're in those Telegram chats, you're in those group chats, everybody's making money and you over here playing with demo money. It's like, it doesn't hit the same. So I put up real money. I'm like, all right, I tried demo for like a few hours. I flipped it. I'm like, all right, I can do this. I put up real money. And then I said, I could do this too, man. And you know what's crazy? It was forex, but Mike, it was actually binary trading, dog.
Oh,
So yeah.
oh no.
I've never saw money disappear that fast in my life.
Oh my God.
I've
Spend
never,
years to get it and seconds to lose it.
yeah. And I was working at the time, dude. I'm watching, like, I put the money in, literally. I'm
So
on my.
let's paint a picture. What were you doing at the time? Like, what were you working? What were you doing?
I was working at a law office at the time. I
Okay.
was an analyst over there. I was literally on my way to work when I blew my first account. So I'm like, imagine crossing the bridge.
That's efficient.
Right. I'm looking at my phone. I'm driving across the bridge, and 10,000 was up to 12,000, and then you look at it, you're down to 4,000. And you're like, oh crap. By the time I got to work, it was like negative 500, and then the broker's hitting me up like, hey,
There's so many
you
things
owe
going
us
wrong
money.
in this
You owe
moment
us
right
money. You owe us money. I'm like, I owe you money.
Someone,
That was my
someone in
first
the
time
comments
trading,
said,
bro.
Someone in the comments said, "Why lose in 3 years, but you can lose in 3 minutes?"
Exactly. Why lose in 3 minutes? So that was my
Oh
first
man,
real hardcore experience with trading,
serious.
bro.
All
Yeah.
right. Wow. All right. I thought I was bad. I lost like 250 my first week. But
Nah,
all right,
man.
man. Well, that's how
That
you
was
set
my
the
first
tone,
time.
guys. He's still here.
And I'm still here. I had to get my
here.
money back. I had to get my money back.
That's a
Don't
that's a
go out like
mindset in
that.
itself, man. That's a training in itself. All right, so all right, first step, so here, guys, this training is what not to do, right?
Exactly. There you go.
So,
What
all right,
not to do.
yo, that's amazing. So, okay, go through the motions. You discover trading. You're excited about it, right? You're hyped. It's revolutionary, especially at this time, 2015,
Absolutely.
2016. Guys, I want you to understand, nobody on the internet was doing this yet. Like, you had maybe one person and you didn't even believe it. Like, that's how weird and rare online trading was it was like, nah, that's not it. Like, that's just not true. Now it's like, oh, okay, every other, sure, like trading is normal, cryptos, but before, like, you had to be honestly a little, just like, for us, I mean, you got to be a little desperate to try it. You gotta, or just be a visionary. But what's that like afterwards? You lose money faster than you imagined. What's that look like? Like, what's Stevenson in 2015? Like, all right, whoa, what's that? What happens next?
So what happens next is you're like, how do I get my money back? Like,
Can I
this
refund?
can't be life. Like, seriously,
Mhm.
I tried that. I was like, yo, can I do a chargeback? Like, something, like, have any of you guys tried that? You
Identity
blew an
theft.
account and then you call your bank like, yo, you know what? That wasn't me after all. That was definitely a chargeback right there. So, believe it or not, literally, this is what I did. Okay, I said, I'm gonna put some more money up because I got to get my money back. Because
No,
now, because here's the thing,
no.
here's the process that
Bruh.
nobody really prepares you for. You're going to start off as a gambler. You're just going to. We all go through it, right?
Mhm.
Because nobody's ever, it's new to us.
Yeah.
Even for you guys who doing it for the very first time, even though you might have a mentor like Mike Nav or Mike or whoever you're looking up to, and they tell you, hey, be patient, be disciplined, follow the rules, don't over leverage. Let's be honest, who listens to that shit? You're like, no, right? You make your first $50 in like a minute or less, you're gonna go crazy. So again, the first time I won money, I was like, okay, this is gonna be my way out. All right. But there's another side to it. There's always two sides to a coin. So as fast as you can make money, you can lose money. So I
Absolutely.
said, I'm gonna put some money back in. This time I didn't put another 10, I put like 2,000. I actually built my way back up to 10. And I'm like, okay, I can do this, right? And
Mhm.
anybody out there, you ever built up an account and you finally feel like you got your groove? You're like, okay, I figured this out. And then out of nowhere, the market
Oh no.
snatches your soul, right? The market snatches
So
your soul, and then everything is gone, and you're like, yo, what just happened?
it was
I
all
was
going
just
for a
up
while.
a nice amount, and then I lost everything again.
Mhm.
Somebody's scamming me. The broker scamming me. The platform scamming me. Hell, God is scamming me. Somebody's scamming me. That was the process, Mike.
Start praying for the first time in a couple years. Man. All right. So 0 for 2. All right. Okay. 1 for 3 though. That's good batting average. So, all right. What happens next? What happens next? How's it go? It's not over, guys. I'm pretty sure this is not over. Oh, hold up. You're muted. Oh man. He was laughing too hard. He couldn't contain himself. All right. Here we go.
There we go. Perfect, right? So I lost everything again, which a lot of you guys have probably gone through, right? Right, Leon? You've probably gone through that, built up a nice account, and then lose everything. And you're like, holy
Mhm.
crap. But something deep down inside you says, keep going, right? Like, I'm losing. Like, even my dad at the time, he was like, yo, son, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trading. He's like,
Do
no,
you
you're
not like
losing
money?
everything, right?
You're not
You're not
trading,
making
you're
money.
losing.
You're not making money. But I said, I'm learning though. This is fun. All right. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna get this back. And I was like, okay, like there has to be a system. And here's the thing, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Anybody who's learning how to trade in 2023, especially on IM Mastery Academy's platform, you're blessed. You're blessed to learn from individuals like Mike, Trade House, these educators now, because man, we were not the traders we are today that we were back in 2016.
Very true.
All right. I'll be honest with you. If you took a signal from me, it was 50-50. All right, let me be honest. We're probably 30-70, 30% correct, 70% wrong. But, we believed in the vision. We believe we're going to get better. So I'm just at that point, I'm learning. I'm trying to figure out, we're learning from each other, right, Mike?
We're 100%.
Whoever got the newest strategy, that's who we learning from. So we're learning as we're growing. And that was my process. I'm like, all right, whatever new strategies out there, I'm buying books from Barnes and Nobles on candlesticks. I'm waiting for those patterns. And trading for dummies, right? And I always told myself I would never buy a dummy book.
No, never. Until you realize you're a dummy.
Until I realized, oh snap, I'm a freaking dummy. So I gotta go buy this Trading for Dummies book, go learn how to actually trade. Hopefully they actually got some nuggets in there. And here's the thing, guys, it's a journey, it's a process. I tell people this all the time. You're creating your story. And that's what I was doing in my trading journey. I was buying, I'm selling, I'm winning, I'm losing. It's an up and down battle. I told somebody this morning in a group, I was like, does a gymnast become a professional gymnastic in a year? Does a professional basketball, football player, soccer player, do they do it? No, that's a culmination of years put together of training, constantly getting their reps in. So when you look at us, that's what we're doing. We're going through our motion, we're going through our process. So, I can laugh at it now, losing that type of money.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, that's not even my worst trading day. I've had worse than that.
Oh my.
But yeah, way worse than that.
You want to share? No, we got to talk about.
Oh, we can share it. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll leave that to the end. You stay till the end.
We'll leave that to the end, right? We'll save the good stuff later. So make you guys feel better. Anybody who's on the call feel like you've been blowing accounts, we're gonna get there.
So I feel like it was kind of a different temperature trading before, because there's kind of less social media involved in the process. Now it's like there's a lot, like you got a lot of, if you start trading and you publicly tell like, oh yeah, I'm starting to trade now, all of a sudden it's like there's kind of certain expectations that either you think people have of you, or they, it's just people are in your ear. You think, what's the difference, you think, about trading now than before? You think it was a little like, do you think just mentally you gave yourself more time than now, where people think they got to make it fast?
I feel like the difference between now, social media expedites everything in life. You think about it, right?
Right.
For the average person, like I'm scared. Especially for all those guys on this call, if you got kids, it's scary, because the moment you turn on social media, you turn on your phone, it's instant success, instant gratification, instant everything. And it actually robs you of the process, because it's the process. I used to be like that too, guys. I used to be a very impatient person. So when I was going through trading, when I first started, I was impatient. I wanted success now. I wanted those $1 million profits, everything. I wanted it right now. And I didn't understand that it takes time. It really does. Everything, guys, the moment you start something, believe it or not, it's literally done. It can happen. The success you want is on the other side. You just have to stay in the game. That's literally it. That's the key. I tell people this all the time. Just stay in the game. As long as you stay on the boat, you will survive. You'll make it to the end. And whatever it is that you're after, it will be there. You got to understand, the universe is testing you. It wants to see that, are you built for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for the ups and downs, the bruises, all of it? And here's the thing, you have to enjoy it all. So the problem with social media today, it robs people of the journey, because everybody thinks it's supposed to happen right now. Everybody thinks it's supposed to be available right now. And that's not how it is.
When we were in Orlando, we had a conversation about like social media and what it's like now. do you think that do you think that there's just a lot of pressure because most people just don't understand the game? And if so, what would you recommend for, anyone here who's starting out, or even people who sometimes it might be worse for veteran traders because you think you should be further. So you got any advice for anyone here who's starting out or veteran traders and how to work through social media?
So for both brand new traders and veteran traders. So brand new traders, guys, don't be fooled by social media. Social media is, again, there's pros and cons to it. The pros, more information, you get to see different perspective from, your family, your friends, so many individuals. The bad part about it, again, you're constantly comparing your life to somebody else's.
Mm-hmm.
You're constantly, and that robs you of your joy, of your moment, of your journey. Everybody's journey is different. All right. God designed your journey different from this person to the next, to the next, to the next. So don't get upset when that person is ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And don't get so big headed when you're ahead of somebody, because that might just be your season.
Oh yeah. That's
Remember, there's different seasons now. So just because it's your summer, remember what comes after summer, fall, then winter,
Mm-hmm.
right? So your season might be, you might be watching your best friend having their summer, they're having a blast, and then they're going into their fall and then their winter, right? Which is misery for them. And then here you come, spring, summertime, now you're hot.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're enjoying your moment, right? And then for the people who've been in the game, and I'm talking about people who got more than like 2 years and everything, keep growing, keep evolving, keep becoming a better version, right, guys? It's baby steps again. All right. This is, when I know it's cliche, they say it's a marathon, but it's really that. I find, like me and Mike, not even in Orlando, we had a nice conversation back in Rotterdam,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just an understanding, a mutual understanding, respect. And again, I finally gotten to the point in my life where I respect time. Why rush it? It's already gonna happen. It's already gonna come. There's no need to rush the time.
Absolutely.
There's no reason, because guess what? Tomorrow is gonna be Tuesday, no matter what. The following day after that, it's gonna be Wednesday, no matter what. So as a veteran, if somebody you're already trading, keep getting better, even if it's 1%. As long as there's progress, you're gonna get to where you're going. That's it.
Absolutely. Realizing it now and looking back, I'm like, wow, like there's so much more there is to know. And I kind of like, wow, like I can't believe I got to this level, which to be honest, like we're still little minnows, but with what I knew, which wasn't much. And so it was really, really interesting. I'm sure you're the same way. You're like, man, like we're already, 8 years deep. And it's like, I feel like there's still so much to uncover. A lot of it is on the outside, but most of it is on the inside. But you talked about the winters and the summers of trading, and we could talk about the winters in a little bit. But when you've had those big days, because I'm sure you've had different types of aftermaths. There's you have a big day, and then you go on a nice streak, and then you come back to life. But then there's you have a big day, and then you have an even bigger losing day. So, I'm sure you've seen both. What was it like the first time, you were on cloud nine and then you got kicked back to earth? What was that like? And what were some things that you're like, you know what? All right, this is how I'm going to approach this next time.
So this is the beauty about trading, guys. It reveals so much about you. I swear to God, it wasn't until
100%.
you talk about personal development, right? Especially in our industry, you always talk about personal development. And both me and Mike, we're not just traders, we're also chairmen in the business. So, we talk about, I always tell people, you want to learn about yourself, start trading. Start trading. You're gonna learn how patient you are, how disciplined you are,
or impatient,
right? All of that, it reveals all of those things about you. It's literally like life. So just like you're gonna have your greatest day in life, you're gonna have some bad days in life, some really bad days in life. All right. Trading's
My
the
my
same way.
most frustrating moment in life has been trading.
Exactly,
It's
right?
been the
It's it's
trading
it's
bit.
that type of journey. It's kind of it's it's a love-hate relationship. You love it because of all the joy that it brings, right? We love the fact that when we do make money and we're able to withdraw, we're able to provide not only for ourselves but our loved ones.
Mhm.
We hate it because just like life, when things are not going our way, it's frustrating. It affects all aspects of our lives, right? So, fellas, you know this. When your trades are not going well or you just blew an account, you're not trying to deal with your girl. You're not trying to deal with family. You don't care what your mom is calling about, right? You don't give a damn about the dog, all right?
Do
Leave
not
me alone.
disturb.
You're about to give up the dog for adoption. Seriously, like when you having those type of days. And then when you up,
Buying
it's
dogs.
you buying everybody. Yo,
Everybody
what
gets a
you need?
dog.
What you need? What? Let's get that. We at the club. We popping bottles. So again, every time I have a good winning day now I just remind myself, be humble, because at the end of the day, just like the markets, just like life, it will bring you back down to earth. God will humble you. The universe will humble you. The markets, the broker, the person calling the signals for you, they will humble you, right? You will have those humbling moments.
Yeah.
And you always have to keep that in the back of your mind when you're operating, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's a two-way street, right? Two sides to the coin, man. You got life, you got death, you got your wins, you got your losses, right? You make money, then you got to pay taxes. Right? It's all part of the game, man. So appreciate it all, love it all.
Yo, that's for sure. And guys, because when you get hot, it's dangerous. Your mind starts to play tricks on you. You think that you're hot because of you. It's just the right setups came. The right setups came in the right order. That's it. Like next time you're on a hot streak, you've won 2, 3, 4 trades in a row. Just remember, it's not that you are something special. It's that the setups just happen
To beat
to
it.
hit in the right sequence.
That's it. The market set it up for you, just like in life. When you get that job opportunity, when you finally get that call, when you've been trying to holler at that girl or that guy, whatever your situation is, right? It's just that moment. Life finally, hey, here's an opportunity. Here's your chance. Go after it, right? So the same thing. So it's not you. That's why I always tell people, you can't attack the markets the way you want. What everybody does when they get into the market, it's the same way they approach life. They try to force the situation. They try to make the situation happen. You can't make life happen. You can't make life happen. Life happens to you. What you gonna do? Go outside and tell Mother Nature, hey, I need rain right now? You can't do that. You don't have that power. So you can't do that in the markets. You don't have that power. You can't, hey, I need to change a character, pull back into this OB order. No. The market is gonna move when it's ready to move. Now, are you ready? Are you ready? Just like in life, are you ready? Just like in the market, are you ready when the time comes?
Yeah, and on the flip side, guys, with the losses, it's the same way. If you're losing according to your plan, that's normal. Like just how we talked about, it's a random distribution. You might lose 1, 2, 3 in a row, but look, it's just how the setups came this time. So and this is a way how you bounce back, because in this experience, and Stevenson's really hit on this indirectly quite a bit. Every time he lost whatever amount, bounce right back. The greatest in the game aren't the greatest because of how many points they always score. It's because of the recovery time, how fast they get back in the game, and not just physically but mentally. And so your recovery time, that bounce back period, when you cut that and you're just mentally back in it and you're not blaming yourself, you just took responsibility, because there's a big difference, guys. Then you get a lot better. And so I want to dive into that specifically with you, Stevenson. Do you have one of those moments where you kind of were like a defining moment where you knew, all right, I survived this right now, I'm doing this forever? Did you have one of those moments?
I did. Actually, I had it. So quick story. I actually had this before I actually got into trading. I knew I was made for this. So nobody really knows this. So I'm telling you guys for the first time, even you, Mike. So before, everybody remembers what happened in 2008, right? We had the big recession, right? So at that time, I just happened to graduate college, and I ended up getting a job at Bear Stearns.
Oh,
Right,
wow.
Bear Stearns was one of the top 5 biggest investment firms, on Wall
No.
Street, right? So I was at Bear Stearns, and I thought I was Gucci. I thought I'm at Bear Stearns, right? That's like going to a prestigious college. For those who don't
You
know,
made it.
like you made it. So you know what I
100%.
did? You know what I did, Mike?
What'd you do?
I had my mom, and mind you guys, for those who don't know, my family, like I wasn't born with a silver spoon. My family's from Haiti. Haiti's a third world country. They came here not, and so my parents really work hard for their money.
And that was
so
right after like what happened out there.
Right. So
Oh
check this out. 2008, when I got there, right? Of course, when you work for a financial company and everything like that, they got their own 401ks and everything like that. I had my mom put her entire 401k into Bear Stearns. So I'm like, they're not gonna lose my mom's 401k, right? No, of course not.
Guys, just for reference, like at that time, Bear Stearns was like,
they were big. They're up there with
Morgan Chase,
Yeah.
Like it was like you were good. It's normal. Like nothing could ever possibly go wrong.
And that was my mindset. Nothing's gonna go wrong. I'm safe. We're good. And guess what? The crash happened. They were one of the first banks to go down. My mother was livid. I came home. For all my Haitians out there, oh my God, she was cursing me out. She was throwing my stuff out the house. Get out. You're the worst son in the world. I was black sheep for like the next 5 years. Like when I would go to family conventions, like my whole family would sit on one section. They put.
Oh man, did we lose him? Yo, can y'all hear him? Or is that just me? No, but y'all can hear me, right? Like we're good. All right, I think his mom came in and cut his Wi-Fi again. We lost him. I think we'll get him right back here in a second. So I think while he was telling the story, I think his mom was like listening in the other room. So she came back and she unplugged it. It'd be like that sometimes. So but guys, to give you reference, I mean, basically where I think he's going at, he lost everything. Imagine not just losing your own net worth, but you lose your family's net worth. Talking about 401k, I'm sure she had probably 20 years deep, 30 years deep. And this was funny is Stevenson basically became like, y'all know that if you were in Thanksgiving in 2021 talking about crypto, y'all know what he's talking about, right? If you in Thanksgiving of 2021 were like, yo, but this crypto though, that's you right now. So before you judge Stevenson, that's what went down. Let's see if we can get him back if he steps in here in a little bit. He's got me dead, but he's at the kids table. But with that being said, really to build upon that kind of mindset, like I really want you guys to understand, there's so much that you're going to have to endure in this experience. And right now, you guys, when he's back, he'll run the story. But you want to stay in the game so you can laugh about it later. Yeah, he's on FRX for sure. And that's the thing. In some of these conversations, most people don't live to laugh about them later, right? Not that they pass away, but like they don't live as traders, because they just don't endure. And there's so much survival that you have to go through, right? And that's the beginning. The beginning stages, let me see if he's texting me. The beginning stages aren't so much, isn't so much about winning, about gaining. It's not about the money. It's about staying in the game, stay in the game, stay in the game, stay in the game. You know, one example I can give you guys is when you're trading, remember, this isn't like anything else. This is an infinite game, right? In 10 years, this is still going on. In 20 years, in 30 years, in 40 years, in 50, in 100, this is still going on. By then, you know, we're going to be like part AI, part, you know, whatever Elon Musk invents. So we'll be trading by like in 100 years still. But the reality is that we are doing this consistently over time. And so there is no end game. So it's not that you hit a game winning 3-point shot with trading. So the mindset's got to be a little bit different, right? The mindset's got to be on longevity. All right, we got him back. All right, the mindset's got to be, all right, let me get him up in here. All right. Nah, so like I was telling you guys, all right, Stevenson, welcome back, man. What's good, bro? Let me see if I can. Here we go.
Perfect. So apologies for that.
So was your mom overhearing and she just cut your Wi-Fi? Like that story?
Probably all the way from Canada and said, you know what, I don't like that story he's telling. Cut him off. But yeah, pretty much I bounced back from that. And I said to myself, if I can bounce back from that, I can bounce back from anything. Like if you can go get your mom's 401k back, what can you bounce back from? And that's always been my mindset. You know what I'm saying? From that day forward, I was like, all right, if I can do that, because to me, I thought that was an impossible task, but I got it done. I hustled my ass off for the next like several years. And
let's go,
you know,
bro.
that's why when I saw trading, I was like, okay, I can do this. Because that was a hell of a task right there. Right. So got back in good graces with my mother, you know what I'm saying? Even though every now and then she loves to bring it up. You know, Steve, you almost destroyed my life.
I mean, how could you have known?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you know how women are, man. No matter what, it's your fault.
I'm not saying nothing about that topic.
It's your fault. So Haitian parents, exactly. Haitian parents never forget. So, but yeah, man. So that was the moment I knew I can do anything, man. I can not only conquer trading, I can go chairman, I can get it done.
Yo, so you know, I think there's such a valuable lesson here. Because Steven, man, you borrow from the past to push you into the future. You know, like it's not that you knew trading, you were gonna make it in trading, it's just that you knew you were gonna make it, period. So you really it's like you tapped in, and this guy's just so valuable. There's an experience that you basically were like, "Are you back? All right, cool." There's an experience where you knew, like, all right, I got through that, I'm good. It was proof. It was like you now have proof. Like, all right, man, I came up, lost it, came up again. All right, cool. Like, not really. Like, what can possibly deny me at that point? And so I got to give it back to you, man. That's incredible. And guys, like every person here has a story like that. It might not be as big, you know, and maybe it's not, but I guarantee you, there's probably a moment in your life that you experienced and you were like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna come back, but then you did. And so next time, you know, you go through your your big loss,
your big losses.
Right. Next time you get demoralized, you get like you said, when the markets, you know, take your soul from you. Next time,
I've had it a couple times, man. I've had it a couple times, but like I said, man, every scar that you get in the market, building this business, just in life, I correlate trading, building the business with life. You know what I'm saying? When you're either going to learn from it, you're going to evolve from it, you're going to grow from it, or you're going to let it get the best of you. I think most people who fold, quit, you know, whether quitting the business, quitting trading, quit at life, is because they let that current situation get the best of them. But again, guys, there's always a tomorrow. there's always a better day ahead, right? It's not going to rain every single day. The sun has to come out. It has to
Facts. I like that, man. I like that. I felt good after
come
that
out.
one.
The sun has to come out, man.
I like that, man. So I mean, you experienced 2008. You saw it go down. It literally, you lived it. Mind blowing. You've seen, 2016 elections. Those are incredibly volatile markets. Every election, the markets are crazy. So I want to touch on that because not a lot of people can talk about like a couple of different elections and how that goes with the markets and just volatile markets. But how has patience played a role in composure? How has that played a role in like really volatile market conditions for you?
Let's see. I say it was like a good and bad thing. So like you brought up 2016. So 2016 was a very interesting year, right?
Brexit too that year.
Brexit. Yeah, Brexit is my worst trading day. So
I just brought you to just reminisce on the worst moments in your
Brexit was my worst trading day, bro. I
Oh,
was in a lot of buys. Was in a lot of
yeah,
buys.
if y'all are too young for Brexit, just look it up and just look at the chart.
Yeah,
It
man.
wasn't pretty.
It was like I don't think we've seen a day since. I don't
Not
think we've
that
seen a
bad.
day
No, I
like
don't
that.
think so.
No, Brexit.
Maybe like the COVID candles, maybe, but
Maybe it was a
but not
little
even.
close.
No.
Not even. Brexit
That was
was insane
crazy.
because we never thought, UK would leave the European Union. And when it
Nah,
happened, it did.
not
And
the
so you talk
Queen.
about patience. I mean, I woke up to a nightmare and I literally, Mike, imagine in 2016. So I'm still new to trading myself, but I'm talking about being patient, thinking the market's going to come back after like a 6,000 move. I'm like, is this going to come back? Is this going to come back? So when it comes to patience, there's a difference between being patient and, you're waiting on a lost cause.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of times people differentiate between the two. So, when most people, whether it's an election, just trading news or whatever the case may be, right? Patience is like, okay, I know the move is coming. I just got to wait for it, right? It's just like in life. I know that opportunity is coming. I just got to be patient. My time is coming. And then there's that opportunity is gone. The market has left. You're in a buy, you're in a sell. It has gone the opposite direction. It is 100 pips the other way, 200 pips the other way. It is not coming back. Let it go. Right? you gotta let it go. And again, and the reason why that's so hard for a lot of people is because pride, ego. Again, it's hard for us. We're human beings. It's hard for us to let go naturally, right? You got to understand, by nature, even though most people say, well, I don't love money, everybody loves money, right? And nothing's more scary than watching your money in person, right? Like, why do you think you never see your 401k traded in front of you, or your IRA or your investments, right? You just get a notice every 3 months, every quarter, right? But all of us, when we got into Forex trading, became day traders, we're watching our money go up and down in front of our face. So it's like, that's my money. I cannot let this run away from me. I refuse to let it get away from me. So you wait. You feel like it's going to come back. It has to come back. I'm only down $100. All right, now it's $200. No way that $500 is running away from me. And then you're waiting. And then at some point, deep down, even though it's not coming back, it's like waiting for that lover that left you, and you're thinking she or he is coming back. They're not coming back. It's over. Like, stop looking at the phone. They're not calling no more. They're not coming back. Let it.
I know
go.
there's some people in here that are like,
you gotta let it go. You gotta resonate. This is how you resonate with it. That's why I said you can correlate a lot of this to life, man. So you talk about being patient. You're like, I'm gonna be patient. She's gonna call back. This ain't over. She's gonna call back. Day 2, day 3, day 7. Damn, she really damn, he really not calling back. Oh, it's
Just gotta
over.
go find a new setup, man. It's gonna be
Now I gotta go find a new setup. I gotta go find a new piece. Right now, it's a mental. You gotta just accept the fact it's in our head. Like I said, we're prideful creature. We're prideful by nature. Right? We're prideful by nature. We're egotistical by nature. When we feel what's ours is ours, that belongs to ours. So it's hard for us to let go, right? So when it comes to trading, again, you got to understand the difference between, patience, knowing like, okay, an opportunity is there. I just have to wait, and then the opportunity is gone. It's not coming back. And how you work through it, somebody asked in the comments, how do you work through it? Again, it's all mental. It's building yourself up. Build yourself up. The more confident you become, right? And that's through, meditation, reading books, personal development, working out, right? Going to the gym, working on your health, your fitness, keeping your mind busy, occupied with nothing but positivity. You eventually learn how to deal with those, because here's the thing, nobody, even your parents, don't teach you about life. The hits are going to come. They're going to come. And when those hits come, they hit heavy. They're Mike Tyson hits, right? They're not playful hits. They hit heavy. And if you don't learn how to take a hit in life, right? If you don't learn how to take a loss in life, you don't learn how to take a loss in trading, right? It's going to damage you, right? Like they say, I'm not afraid of throwing a punch. If you told me bet on this fighter, he's never lost. He has the fastest hands. Okay, that's cool. Has he ever taken a loss? Has he ever taken a punch? Yeah. Okay, I'm not putting my money on him, because one day he's going to get that punch, he's going to get that slap, and it's going to crush his world.
Yeah, 100%. And I think a good analogy is really, when you look at the markets, you're here to play, you're here to fight like Mayweather, right? Mayweather knows how to take a hit. He knew it's about longevity, 50-0, right? Or 50-0, right?
Right.
And so that's the thing. He knew how to pick his fights. It's not that he was the greatest fighter of all time. He knew how to pick his fights, right? He knew how to take the right hits. He knew that 12 rounds, right? So he knew how to stay in the game. And so what we're doing here is the same thing, right? You're going to get hit, just like he said. You're going to get hit, but you get better at taking hits, right? You get better. You get to you learn how to recover faster when you do get hit. And sometimes you even realize, perfect, I needed to get hit here so it could open up another space for me to take a shot.
Exactly. So I always tell people, get comfortable losing. The more comfortable you get losing, the better you're going to be at when those hits come. Oh, I'm used to this. I'm comfortable. This is not unfamiliar territory. The most dangerous thing to a human being is unfamiliar territory.
Absolutely. Yeah, no.
Right? Because that's what scares us the most. Because at that point, when you're in unfamiliar territory, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to react. And that's what's dangerous. That's what caused your downfall.
100%. And that's why it's like, you're building tough skin here, right? You're building, you're becoming, right? You're getting the calluses. That's what you're doing here. You will not get to where you want to get to without calluses. Absolutely. As a trader. Like, you have to. And every time you do lose, you get hit, what happens is now you know how the market hits you. And when you know how the market hits you, now you know how to embrace for that impact a little bit better.
Now you know how to navigate. Absolutely.
100%. And we'll wrap it up with one more question, man. But you have gone through different approaches to the market, and you found your sweet spot over the years. Now, having a lot more discipline, more patience. How do you handle a situation when you kind of get that impulse? You get an impulse now, and obviously you know how to work a little bit better. How do you handle those things? And follow-up question, because we guys, transparently, we all still get losing streaks. We also go into some drawdowns sometimes.
100%.
So in case you think it's not how it goes, that's how it goes.
No. Guys, let me tell you something. Nobody's elite, right? Even at the professional level. Let me use basketball as in that, right? Do professionals not miss shots? LeBron misses shots. Steph Curry misses shots, right? Messi misses even at the professional level.
Mhm.
So don't look at your educators and go, this is why I always tell, my students, all right, yeah, we're your educators, we're your teachers. But at the end of the day, we still make mistakes. At the end of the day, we still go through what you're going through. The only difference
Mhm.
is we have experience,
Yep.
right? We have the experience, so we know how to deal with it. So when I do see that impulse, I no longer just jump in the market. I know there's going to be a pullback. Even if it's taking off, I'm waiting for that pullback, because too many times I've jumped on the impulse and then price pulls back on me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I've experienced that too many times where I've cried. How many times you guys jump in the market because you think price is going that way, and you're like, oh yeah, I need to jump in because it's a sell, it's a buy, and then a crazy retracement, and then it literally starts going the other way, and then you jump in on the other way. Now you got to, now you think it's going on that buy or that sell, and then it pulls back again. Now you're like, yo, holy crap, what's going on? That's because you got to let the market settle. Just like you got to let life settle. You can't go chasing after everything. You got to let it come to you. You move accordingly. You move how you're supposed to move. Like I said, better yourself every single day. Go to the gym, meditate, read books, invest in yourself. Those opportunities will come. It's going to come to you. You attract. That's how the universe works. You attract it. You don't chase after it. People who chase after things, they never win. Don't you notice that? People who truly chase after stuff never win. They don't win nothing. You're just chasing. All you're going to do is burn yourself out. And then when it's all said and done, you're going to be like, yo, I'm running fast, basically nowhere. While all the other people who are enjoying the fruits of their labors, enjoying life, enjoying the profits, they're being the patient warrior, right? They're being that patient student, that patient trader. So I don't jump on impulses no more, right? I wait for that proper pullback. I wait for that proper retest. Once I get my confirmation, then I make my move.
I like that, man. Like just a lion, man, just waiting for the moment. You've been trading now for approaching 10 years, closer to 10 than 5. Just amazing. Looking at where you're at now, how are your goals different than, in your first couple of years? Like what's a goal for you now in 2023?
My goal now in 2023, literally, again, might sound cliche, but to impact more lives. And you know why? And I'm gonna say this to everybody. You're talking to, I'm from New York. Right? Anybody from New York, East Coast, we're selfish individuals. I used to grow up a very selfish person. I thought it was all about me, me, me. Let me hustle. Let me focus on me. Let me do it my way. And then it wasn't until I got into this industry, it wasn't even really until I started teaching and building the business that, damn, my blessings come when I actually help people.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that, Mike. For the longest, I couldn't figure out life. You guys ever have those moments where you're trying to figure out life when things are not going your way, especially when you're doing everything you're supposed to do, right? You're staying out of the streets, you're not doing drugs, you're not getting caught up in the foolishness, you're working hard, but things are still not going right. And you're like, how come? That's because all the focus is on you. You're not focusing on others. You're not genuinely trying to help others. So when I started doing that and redirecting that, that's when the blessings came. That's when the opportunities came. That's when the money came. I tell people all the time, people ask me, yo, Steve, when did you really start becoming a better trader? When I started teaching. You know why? Because I have people that I'm responsible now. I have to become better.
Yep.
It
No, I
forces you to
love it.
become
Same
better.
mindset.
When you're focused on yourself, you move at your own pace. You're like, I'll get to it when I get to it. But now that I have to cater to other people, right? Now it forces me to level up. One quick story, real quick. I had another funny moment. I had this guy, right? I did my first Zoom. Hopefully he's not watching this. This old military dude, right? He was old. Again, it was my first trading session, right? I'm using indicators for the first time. I was using the RSI, right? Again, Mike, this was back in 2015. I just
I
discovered
remember.
I
You
just
discover
discovered
it,
the
you're like,
RSI. I
okay.
just discovered the
Uh-huh.
RSI. So, overbought, oversold. So, I'm telling everybody, ooh, I figured something out. Figured the strategy. When this thing, gets oversold, overbought, we buy, we sell. And da-da-da-da. I bet we gonna trade tonight. We gonna kill it. So I had this military guy jump on. He put like 25,000 in his account. And, you know, I didn't know about London session. I didn't know the market goes crazy at 3 in the morning. So we're in a sell, and we were trading, I think GU or GJ something, and there was some news and things spiked the other way. And there's no stop losses, no nothing.
What's
And I
that?
didn't really know about lot sizes. So I think he put like 5 standards or something. And the market just popped, like, because it said overbought on the RSI. So I'm like, okay, we sell. So let's all sell. So we all selling. We was in profit for maybe like 45 seconds. I kid you not. And then that news hit. And then boom, spike. And I was like, oh my God. And the dude opens up his mic. It's like, Steve, what do I do? I'm down $12,000. I said, you're
He
down
thought he was about to
$12,000.
retire.
I was like, sheesh. Man, I hung up that Zoom call.
Oh
Now,
man, you made
after
it
that,
winning
I
list.
was I was like, yo, I gotta go learn how to really trade, man. If people gonna be watching me, people gonna learn from me. I gotta know what I'm doing. Like,
Oh man.
I can't be doing this. I never saw that military guy again.
Yeah, it's because he went and enlisted again, man.
Yeah, right. Go back in service,
He got to make
get
that
his
money
money
back.
back. So I realized, yo, I can't be out here not moving at my own pace. I got too
I
many
love it, bro.
lives that are looking up to me. I gotta better myself. I have to better
Mhm.
myself each and every day. And when I started doing that, and I really started putting people on the right path by educating, that's when the blessings came, man. So now my goals really are always impact more lives. Impact, how many lives can I impact? How many? Because the universe, that's just how it works. It rewards
Mhm.
you. So if you're selfish and you're not helping nobody and you think you're just doing it for you, waking up, no, that's the wrong mindset. Right?
Absolutely.
I always ask when things are going wrong in people's lives and they come to me, Steve, I'm struggling. How many lives have you impacted? Who have
Yep.
you helped in the last 7 days, in the last 24 hours? If you tell me nobody, nothing, I see why so many things are going wrong.
Yeah.
Because we were put on this planet to bless others. Think about the
Absolutely.
universe, guys. Everything is connected.
100%.
The sun is connected to the planet. It has to shine its light, or else the flowers are not going to grow. Right? It must rain, right? To pour the water into the seeds to help it grow. Like, all these things are connected to life. So if
Absolutely.
you're not serving, if the planet Earth, if everything around it is serving, and you're not serving, how you
Woo!
expect to be blessed? How you
That's
expect to grow?
oh
How you
man.
expect to evolve and get to that next level? And you're not serving. You have to serve.
I love it.
Serve, and you'll get what you want.
Nah, man. With that being said, family, let's wrap it up right there. This man is, in fact, in his bag. Sheesh. Man, I appreciate you for your time and your attention.
Thank you, Mike.
Guys, as you can see, in the good, the bad, and the ugly, this experience is most definitely worth sharing. Stevenson, man, appreciate you guys. Check him out on the Forex channel. He is live and he's got a lot of value and experience, as you guys can see. So, anyways, guys, check him out, Stevenson Lindor, on all platforms. Man, I appreciate you, and
Appreciate you, dog.
see you again soon,
Mike,
bro.
everybody, enjoy. Stay blessed.
Later, fam.